I like to get regular updates from my next guest. He was a quality fighter, fought for a world title in Germany, and left boxing having lost just once in 20 fights, and that was, as I say, a proper world title fight overseas. However, he's known, not best known, that's the wrong way to look at it, he is known for the work he's done since his young son was stabbed. Kiyan Prince was killed in May of 2006 outside his school. He was 15 at the time, and he was on QPR's books, and not just on them, he was a proper, heading for QPR proper. The loss was terrible. Mark Prince has worked to make sure it was not in vain. He created the Kiyan Prince Foundation and has devoted his life to educating young people about the consequences of knife crime. The consequences mostly to do with death or prison. Whew. Now, Mark's not one for mamby-pamby warnings. It's all still a little bit too raw, and it's a delight to welcome back to the show for an update on how the foundation is going. Mark, how are you, kid?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, bro?
Listen, it's a pleasure to talk to you, Mark. Sorry we missed you last week.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Seriously, and I don't know what's going on. Like, my battery's on the low as well. I'm driving, so I don't know if I should give you another number just in case it goes out.
Listen, if we lose you, Mark, we'll find you again, and we'll just keep on finding you until you find us some quality time. Mark, first of all, what's happening with the foundation at the moment? Anything coming? I know you're non-stop in schools and places.
Yeah,
but anything happening with the foundation? Give us a clue.
I'm on it. The foundation's going well, but quickly, I just finished doing a school in West London, Cardinal Y School in Greenford.
Yep.
It was such a great blessing. I went to see the kids that sent me about 50 postcards saying how much a role model I've been, and they're not going to carry knives. And, it's a real encouragement, because the road's so rough. Sometimes you feel like, are you really getting through with these kids listening? And then you get 50 postcards from kids, everyone sending a personal message to you, letting you know that it is working, they're listening, and it's making a change in their life. So I've gone down to school recently, done a talk with the kids. They've really appreciated it. And they've taken me into a class with a special group of guys that, not achieving, behaviours really failing. And I got a text back from one of the guys that I talked with, just letting me know how he's grateful for the talk that he's had with me. He's began to make some changes because of it, and he just wanted to say thank you. So that's for people who wonder whether the talks work, the motivational speaking works, the boot camp works. For those people, there's a way to get through to young people. They're half open to you when you listen to them. You show them that you care. That's all they want to know, and they respect that, and then they'll take in what you got to say.
Yeah, as you say, you can show them. You can show them respect by going down and meeting with them. Tell me about the boot camp. I didn't know about that. You just slipped that one in on me. Is this like an overnight thing?
Yeah, you got a boot camp these kids, because really they want a lot of discipline. So a lot of the guys, they want some discipline. There's no one, even parents ain't really disciplining their kids and making them do as they're told. But young people need that as they're growing up. You need to have a structure. And as you get older, you start relinquishing that discipline and structure and letting them out a little bit more. But like kids run things from early out, and they've got all this say-so, which they shouldn't have at such an early age. So during the boot camp, you've got someone in their face. You've got someone pushing them. You've got someone letting them realise that they've got great potential, and through training, you can pull this potential out of you. And discipline when they're trying to be lazy, and show them that this is what they've got to build. So the boot camp's really good. But foundation-wise, we've got a press conference that we had last week.
This is the art project, isn't it?
Yes, the art project. I'm working with this other guy named Dean. We're doing this. We want this place down at Brent Cross, and we want to build a big centre in there with a gym for football and arts and various different things. So we've got our own centre. So many kids keep asking me, Prince, where do I go so you can train me? Where do I go? And we don't have a place. So I could fill a place out in a moment if I'd only got somewhere. So we need the backing. We need people to just be aware that we're trying to do this and get behind it. Get on the Kiyan Prince website and find out what's going on with this centre.
No, the website is www.kiyan.org. Just Kiyan.org. But Mark, isn't one of the problems if you had a base is that people from outside of the area couldn't actually travel easily to your base? You know what I mean? Isn't that part of the problem? Isn't that part of the problem? These kids are crossing territory.
I know. I'm hoping that we're going to start dealing with some postcode wars, being able to pick up different people. If we've got volunteers, we get the money that we need.
Good.
We'll be able to have minibuses going from different areas,
Good.
picking them up, bringing them to this one spot, and taking them back to the one spot in their area. So we're hoping to work it like that.
You're one step ahead of me. Listen, Mark, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, brother.
Man. Oh, you were just seeing if I was all right. Oh, that's really nice of you, man. Thank you, mate.
That's all right.
All right, brother. Just doing a radio interview, so I couldn't drive on. All right, mate. Take care. Thanks again. Hey, there's some nice people in the world.
There is. Listen, Mark. Listen, it's always a pleasure talking to you. I know you're busy. Do me a favour. You and Elle, don't leave it 6 months before you make contact with me.
No way, man. I won't do that.
Every 6 weeks. Stay in touch and let me know how these vans are going. If people want to find out more, it's www.Kiyan, Kiyan.org. The anniversary is coming up in May of this year. Make contact with Mark. Look at what he's doing. If you're a guy in the city or a woman in the city, you've got a few quid, you're not sure what to do with it, but you want to do something, but you don't just want to plough it into a charity where it vanishes, go and see Mark. Go and spend an evening with him. Okay, I know that was slightly off the boxing track, but this guy fought for the WBO World Light Heavyweight title overseas, and Nathan Cleverly is the WBO Light Heavyweight champion talking. So there's more than a connection. He wasn't just some guy that went to a boxing gym twice. He's a proper fighter, only one defeat in 20. So that's www.Kiyan, Kiyan.org. Go and have a look and see what Mark Prince does. And he's going to deal with some, what did he call it? I'm going to deal with some postcode wars by breaking down the barriers, picking people up, travelling through terrain. It's like military stuff. You know why? Because that's what it is like out there. It is like military stuff. Listen to Steve.